Well, this is to Get To Free Press, and before I came out to Doc Robertson's house, I heard on the news that there have been some more police shootings out in Baton Rouge, and Mr. Robinson used to live in Baton Rouge. He often talked to me about the type of people that's in Baton Rouge, and we just sitting here today, and maybe you can shed a light on the type of city Baton Rouge is, because I'm sure we just had those shootings a week ago, and all of a sudden there is some more. Is that typical of Baton Rouge, or what do you know about Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge, they have always had respect for the law, and that's Baton Rouge, man. And Baton Rouge is Baton Rouge. I'm gonna put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived there. My dad, my stepdad, he was from there. That was his home. And I lived out there for at least 2 years straight. And I lived on the south side, 1922 Colorado, not too far from LSU, and off the Highland Road down there. And Baton Rouge is the kind of city that it's a hard city. And there's no chumps in the city that you talk about. And it's a beautiful place, but when there's an uproar start among blacks, black people come together out there, and things happen. And they have always had respect for the law. Not that they were afraid of the law, but they always had respect for the law. Okay? And now, it seems as if people don't have the respect for the law because what's been happening. It's sad all the way around the block on both sides. It's sad that it got to come to this kind of thing where men are just being killed for doing their jobs, and innocent people are getting killed by the sheriff department, the police department. And it's just sad to say. The same thing plagues the city of Baton Rouge that plagues the city of Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Same thing that plagues the city of Valdosta, Georgia. Same thing that plagues the city of New Orleans. Same thing that plagues the city of Atlanta. Same thing that plagues the city of Detroit. Same thing that betrays the city of New York.
LA and all around.
All the rest.
But it seems as if though this thing is universal though.
It is.
And when it comes down to the meaning and the importance of human life, we're finding out that, and I asked a question on a video yesterday that I put up on Facebook, why don't we ask Al-Qaeda and ISIS, as well as these young black men who are turning on the police, and what they want us to do is they're trying to make it seem like each one of these deaths are separate, and as if though it's something new. It may be new to them, but it's definitely not new to the black community. And so a lot of young folk, unlike many of us older people, they just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Well, it will never be the same in America. Never. Okay? Those things that they was, how they have been, is gone. And what it is now, this is a new trend that you're seeing. People is doing what they are doing. And we need to look at the real problem. Now, we're looking at the tragedy. We're looking at the tragedy side. And we're looking at what we term as wrong. But we are not looking at what the real problem really is. And the real problem is poverty. And what poverty? Poverty,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
That's what the real problem is. And it's plaguing every city. We got, in this country, 38 black banks. Maybe, I think it's 38 black banks. And we don't have nothing. And everybody wants you to be a certain way, to live a certain way, and expecting you to comply. But when you don't have people with jobs, and the economy is down because the one-sidedness of government when it comes down to justification of the flow of funds. When you get all these grants monies that comes in to govern all of these cities, and the money is harvested and then regulated to go to gated communities and leave the low-income community people where they are.
Or to the same contractors.
Same
That
contractors.
has gotten it for the last 100 to 200
Absolutely.
years.
The people of power. So that's the problem. And it breeds and creates this mess that you have here today.
Well, Doc, I think what complicates the problem is that when these people, young people, as well as myself and others, when we go to these government agencies, and these agencies may not be government agencies, just private industry, and we complain about things that we think are wrong, then we are ignored. Nobody will give us any attention. And so we go home and we sit down and we take it out on our wives, or we take it out on our husband or the children, until it get where we can't handle it any longer. Now, in my situation, and on one hand, I hate to bring it up, but I got to, because it's not only about me. I'm under 3-year criminal trespass. I have gone to all levels of government, local, state, county, and federal. And yet I'm still under a bogus criminal trespass, and nobody will remove me. Yet I served during the Vietnam era. And we hear our politicians lie and say they love active duty, disabled, retired military veterans. But they are liars, for if they really care, then somebody would have given some type of attention to my situation, because it could happen to anybody stationed at Moody Air Force Base, or people from Fort Benning coming through here, VSU student, all these other universities here and colleges. But it seems as if though nobody cares. So if I would allow my worst half to take over, I may go out and do something silly, thinking that this government just totally disrespecting me after I served in time of war, to be slapped in the face, I guess, and even called a nigger.
Well, see, it's the systematic injustice that's plaguing America. And it's affecting the poor, okay? People that live below poverty. And until we can address that, this is going to continue. It's not going to stop. Now, they want to do the infrastructure on bridges, do the infrastructure on these communities, and get some monies deployed, set up programs that can aid the people that, in other words, let me give you an example. There's a young lady, picks hair. She gets $60 to $80 per person. And she got people lined up fixing hair. And she making good money. Okay? But there's no institution that will give her a loan. Go out and open up a beauty parlor.
That's right.
Okay? And people are doing what they have to do to survive. Now, the system is set up so that the juvenile system, criminal justice system, so that we become the commodity, we are product. Okay? Until we cannot be a commodity or a product of an injustifiable system, it's going to stay this way. And this is what you're going to get. And people are tired of it. And people are doing what they're doing, these sick minds. Now, the reason I'm saying sick minds, to go out and kill another individual, you got to have a sick mind. Okay? And just to, regardless of the law or who the person may be, whether you own the law and kill just an innocent person sitting in the car, that means you got a sick mind. But you got a job with a sick mind. Okay? Now, if a person coming to kill the police officer, they got a sick mind, regardless of the situation. But we have to realize that, starting at the root of the problem, America needs change. The corporate structure have ruined this country. And black people and the poor people don't have anything. The banking system is based upon points. If you don't have enough points, you can't qualify. Now, back to you and your criminal suspects. Okay? That's indeed an injustice. Now, what did you do to deserve a criminal suspect? You didn't do anything. I'm the one that asked you to come out and record my grandchild's graduation. And for whatever reason they had it, it was injustifiable. And then they come and tell me that they had something on you. Now, if you'd have went in violation, they'd have tell them what may have happened.
Right.
You understand? So,
or if I'd had something in my record.
That's right.
They check my record. I'm sure of that.
So we become victims, and now some people might not see it this way, but to be victimized is to be victimized regardless to how dramatic you might see it, or how less dramatic you may see it. Once you are victimized regardless of the category that you were placed in. Okay? Victimization is something else in this country. And we're going to have to unite ourselves as far as economics. We got a labor force as far as poor people that if we start targeting Walmart,
Target to the target.
yes, in any of these major corporations, and don't spend that money there, I say for 30 days, they'll help you address your cause. But if you don't redirect the funds and don't come up with something, and the government can't assist us. HUD, let's use HUD for an example. HUD told us that it'll take an act of God to disrupt a city if they were to not give them raise because they found them in violation. Now, what is that to tell somebody that's been discriminated against? It'll take an act of God. And that's what they told us out of Atlanta. You see? So, I don't think it takes an act of God. It just takes some right people making the right decision. We'll send this money down. We got a transit going to come in Valdosta. They're going to turn it around on 84. But the people on the south side won't have the luxury of just going down, walking down, and catching the transit. Now, but they use the needs of the people from the south side to be able to get the grant for the transit. Now, once the monies get here, it's allocated almost to the north side. Now, what about these people that's victimized on this side? Then these people can't get jobs. I can ride you through the community and you can take a look at the old rundown buildings. Black businesses falling apart. And I can take you on the other side of town and you'll see everything extravagant. You'll see where the money is. Until we get access to part of the money, this is going to continue. This is going to happen. This is going to happen, man. In Baton Rouge and out in Dallas, it's a tragedy that's occurring. It's not only going to be there, it's in Jacksonville and other places as well.
Yeah.
If they don't get a handle on this.
Well, that's what Malik Shabazz said on C-SPAN yesterday. They supposed to they're up in Cleveland now, and they're going to be there when Trump get his Trump started. They're gonna be there, and they've been planning this for a long time. And Malik said that to America. He said that, and whether you agree with him or not, if he said it, there are many black people who feel these words. He said that nobody will be leaving their families, going to work, and returning home in the same manner as they used to when they keep killing black folk.
You're right.
He said that as we, black people, miss our loved ones because they didn't come home because they're now in a mortuary,
That's right.
then they are going to have to feel that same pain
That's right.
that we've been feeling. Now, whether you agree with that or not, it's in the Bible in the days of Moses We may not agree with that under the new covenant, but an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Other word, Justice said in the 80s that the pain got to be distributed equally, and it got to be distributed around so you can feel what others have felt. And so, short form, this is all Malik Shabazz is saying. Little did we know that some more will be shot today. And I don't think it had nothing to do with what he said. It's just the tensions, the pain, the suffering, and being ignored by government leaders and others in this country who think we just going to, black people just going to continue to allow somebody to step in our face and we say thank you.
You're right. You know, it's sad, but it's going to take a lot of prayer. It's going to take a lot of people planning to come together to heal this country. And the only way that this nation is going to be healed is that people will have to address the economic structure of this country. I'm going to stick to the economic side of it. And I believe that, see, we got a business, and it's a welding business. And my sons, architects and engineers, and psychologists. I got one that's working up there with NASA right now, up at the Cape. And, you know, it's going to take economic change. And we got to be a vital part of the system, or this is going to continue. It's not going to end, because this is the breeder. As long as you got an economic injustice, regardless if Hillary Clinton is running, regardless of who is running, until you get a new structure in America that a black man can be a part of on an equal basis, and revenue and fund for the poor, then you'll get some changes here in this country. And then the attitude that's been braided into cities like Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Detroit, they created that.
Yes, sir.
They created that, no?
That's what they said yesterday on stage. Exactly what they said.
They created that, and it's not going to go away.
And to all of you who watch this video, all you have to do, go to cspan.org. That's cspan.org, and watch the Black Lawyers for Justice. Malik Shabazz called that meeting or conference or whatever you want to call it. It'll be up there for the next 3 days, dealing with the Trump before the trumpet sound.
I hear you, though. Well, all I can say is, if they said it one time, try to keep hope alive. And do the best we can do. And God be with us all. But it's going to take that.
Yes, sir. This is the Get To Free Press, and I'm Brother Rhymes. I do what I do because somebody got to do it. I'm asking you all to remember, go to Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. I have almost 1 million views, about 1,600 subscribers. We need more people to subscribe. I don't care that much about the views, as long as you watch the videos, and when you finish watching the video, and if you notice that the view didn't change, the number, the count didn't change, don't worry about that. Just call somebody else to watch it also. We're not concerned about whether they put a lockdown on the views because maybe they don't want it, social media to know that we're getting that many views. Let's not worry about that. Let's worry about the truth getting into the heads of people so they can change their ways. And therefore, how you put it up? Change what? Change the environment?
If you want to change the people, change the environment. If you change the environment, you change the people.
Bingo. That's what it's all about. The Get To Free Press, John Robertson, George Boss Ryan, doing what we do because it must be done. Peace out.
All right.